Okay. I feel like a lot of people shame you for standing up for yourself. I don't even feel like it. I know it. Like when you, as a person, stand up for yourself and you say no more, people get pissed. Oh my god, people get pissed. I mean, like I've had it happen to me when someone like sets a boundary with me. I'm like, oh, damn. I respect it though. I respect it though. You know what I mean? I've noticed something about myself. Like I always thought like I was shy and I wasn't confrontational. No, I'm confrontational as fuck. Like I actually really enjoy confrontation. I really like speaking what's on my mind and like telling it like it is. Like that's one thing about me. I will always say the truth. But what I realized is that I've just been conditioned to be the opposite. People pleasing is not, it's like innate to human nature, but it's also not, right? If you live in an environment or within a society that if you are not overly kind, if you're someone who goes through things and just says no, you just say no, you say not today, you say not right now, you say, let's try so and so. You stop entertaining things that you actually don't like when you actually sit with yourself and say, "Oh, I don't like this. So I'm not going to participate in it anymore." People get so mad. People get so mad. And it hurts, especially like it's one thing to speak as like the person who's doing it, but when you're on the receiving end of it, it's like, ooh, I feel disrespected right now. I feel threatened right now. I feel stagnant right now. I feel like someone is telling me they're better than me in some way because they set this boundary, but it's like, no. No. One thing we need to all learn how to do is to be more selfish. And I don't mean be assholes. That's not being selfish. I think being selfish is the most ultimate form of self love. I think when you are selfish, you are choosing to love yourself above all else. Like, literally think about the embodiment of you as a separate person that you love most in the whole entire fucking world. What would you do for that person? If you saw that embodiment of yourself getting disrespected by another person, what would you do? Wouldn't you cuss that person out? Wouldn't you tell them, hey, back the fuck up? Don't ever talk to them like that again? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you get angry for them? If they had a desire and a wish, wouldn't you throw everything on the line? Wouldn't you sacrifice everything for them to get there? Wouldn't you? Why don't you start thinking about yourself in that same way? That's selfish. Start thinking about that word a little more positive, right? Being selfish doesn't mean straight up hurting people for the fun of it. That's just hurting people for the fun of it. Being selfish is choosing to love yourself above everyone else. And once you get to a point where you're okay, and whatever you making it looks like, when you get there and you know you've gotten there, then you can start opening up those doors again. But at that point, man, you're just gonna be picking people like this, right? The access to you, the gateways to your space are gonna be so like, I can't even tell you. You're just really not gonna take a lot of bullshit anymore. So be selfish. Fuck it. You know, YOLO is such a corny saying, but you might as well be dead right now. you might as well be dead right now. Right now. Don't wait until you actually are to look back and say, dang it, I wish. You might as well be dead right fucking now. So get up. Write out your reality. Write out everything you want to see happen for yourself and make that shit happen. Keep building it. Make that momentum, right? When people talk about success, really, like, when people say success is what you make it, it really is. You could live someone else's idea of success and hate your life. Like, real life, you could really do it. Or you could live your idea of success, which is just as valid because it's your desire. It's what your fucking soul wants. Pave the way. Plan it out. Be smart. But don't just sit around and wait for things to happen. Nothing comes to those who sit around and do nothing. You can't, right? It's different than resting. It's different. But thinking that your life is gonna come to you is... no. Think about it. Pave it out for yourself in detail. What do you look like? What do you smell like? What do you feel like? What does it feel like to be you? What does it feel like to live your life? What does it feel like? Sit with that. Really know it. Really get familiar with it. And I'm telling you, it all just starts flowing to you. We got this. It's ours. It's our divine purpose. It's our chance. It's our one thing to be here in these vessels. To waste it would be such a shame. It's a big world. There are many, many realities to live. I always think about that, the fact that a person's whole entire life could be nothing, and that's a life. A person's entire life could be everything, and that's a life. A person's entire life could be halfway, and that's a life. A life is a life. Only thing we have control over is how we feel it. A life is a life. That's it. Anyways, I don't know. Hope that gave you something.